Simple words can also be radical. Love, care, honor, repair. The roots of this climate crisis begin with systems rooted in centuries of enslavement and dehumanization. Colonialism and genocide, and the targeted extraction of natural resources for the benefit of a few to the detriment of the many. Those systems set the fires that are burning beneath our feet. We're in a global climate crisis. In 2024 alone, storms ravaged communities of the Caribbean and islands in the Pacific. Historic floods devastated communities across Brazil, Tanzania, India, the US Gulf South, and Appalachia, killing and displacing thousands. And in Kenya, historic floods preceded historic civic demands for justice and change. What is the historic opportunity in this new climate reality? Advanced repair, for real. Define global climate reparations. After co-creating a process in partnership with communities advancing democracy and justice in the Black diaspora, Taproot Earth convened a historic Global Climate Reparation Governance Assembly in Nairobi, Kenya in August 2024. Gathering more than 200 Global South leaders from the front lines of the climate crisis, Taproot Earth facilitated 1 week of powerful discussions, connecting leaders working on water, energy, land, labor, economy, and democracy across the Global South. Facilitating across 6 languages, Taproot Earth facilitated political alignment that yielded a powerful statement on global climate repair. A collective statement that broadens the understanding of climate impacts and their connection to historic harms. The solution is meaningful and lasting repair, nothing less. Here's what that looks like.
Global climate reparations is the restoration of healthy and balanced relationships
with all that comprise a shared global ecosystem.
Reparative action begins with those who benefit most
from historic and current systems of oppression.
It requires the abolition of debt,
restitution for injustice,
and the establishment of accountable systems rooted in Black and Indigenous liberation
for all oppressed people and future generations.
From the US Gulf South to Appalachia and across the Global South front lines, we choose now to advance real and lasting repair. We choose now to advance liberation as a necessary element of achieving climate justice.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Peace, everyone. Great to be here. Before I get started, I want to offer my peace and respect to the Ohlone Nation and to offer my respect from the traditional lands of the Choctaw Territory in Southeast Louisiana. And I want to give a shout out to whoever is here from Donaldsonville, Bogalusa, Houma, and South Louisiana. I see y'all here. I just want to say hello and good morning. I want to also give my gratitude to Nina and Kenny for just helping to root such a beautiful space. This is, once again, a beautiful gathering of wonderful people, and thank you, Nina and Kenny, for your vision and for holding us and holding all of the Bioneers family. Now, many of you know me, you've heard me before, and I just want you to know I'm not gonna make a California joke. Not gonna make a California joke. I'm not gonna talk about quinoa. I'm not gonna talk about the tree huggers, but I am gonna say, while I have been in California, I was notified that there's a new moon in Aries. I don't really know what that means, but there's a shaman on the corner I'm gonna talk to after this. I'll let you all know what that means. Ashe and amen to California. What I know for sure about a new moon is that it's the beginning of something. And the beginnings of Taproot Earth have been seeded and planted and watered in the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina. How many of you are under the age of 20? I just want those of us who are over the age of 20 to see how many people are under the age of 20. That means they may not remember Hurricane Katrina. How many of you remember Hurricane Katrina? Thank you. Thank you for remembering. It's an important question because it's really the ask that those of us from the U.S. Gulf Coast have for you today, which is to just remember 20 years since Hurricane Katrina, this August 29th. And I want, not to shock you, but to make sure that we remember that there are moments of this hurricane that cannot and should not be forgotten. For those of us in the Gulf Coast, it was a moment of shifting, it was a moment of change. And to remind you, and I don't know if folks know, 2005 was the most active hurricane season still on record. Still on record, 15 hurricanes that year. There have been other records of tropical storms in 2020, I believe, but 2005 was the most active hurricane season. 4 states hit. Florida, most people don't know, Hurricane Katrina crossed over Florida before it came over to Louisiana and Mississippi. It also hit Alabama. 4 states. It also hit Cuba and the Bahamas, 2 other countries. And I want you to know that there were almost 2,000 souls lost in that storm, and those are the ones that we know about. It is still the most expensive hurricane in U.S. history. And if you're wondering where I got this chart from, I got it from Fox News, just in case somebody was gonna challenge my statistics. I'll just use their numbers. They said it too. The truth is, these things are expensive because there are some people who understand climate disaster in an economic, statistical kind of way. So let's just make the point. Climate change is expensive. The impacts on our communities and our countries are real, and this is where things stand just over the last couple decades. Our communities are facing erasure. We're talking about remembering that there was 80% of the city of New Orleans underwater for more than 2 weeks. And that was just New Orleans. The Mississippi coast was completely wiped out. There were just steps, no more houses. The coast took everything. And it's important to understand that the communities that are on the front line here are facing erasure, not just from the climate impacts, but from the policies and things that come afterwards, and even from many of our memories. Our request is that you remember with us. It's important that you understand that Hurricane Katrina started as a Category 1 when it hit Florida. It took 2 days to get to a Category 5. That is a rapid intensification, and we've seen that kind of intensification over and over again in the Gulf since then. The waters in the Gulf of Mexico over the last 2 years have gotten to over 100 degrees, the water. It's pretty warm out there because the planet is warming, and our communities are on the front lines of that. And there's one more thing to understand, which is that millions of people will be and already are migrating because of climate impacts. It's said that 1.2 billion people by 2050 will be displaced. Some of you who are coming from other parts of California and around the US know what I'm talking about. It's not just hurricanes, it's wildfires, it's drought, it's happening, it's here. It's time for us to work together. Taproot Earth would like to advance a few notions that we should keep in mind as we think about this displacement. People have a human right to remain in their place. People have a human right to be and stay where they are, whether you like it or not. They have a human right to stay there. They also have a human right to migrate. So we have to think about this when we think about these borders, and think about this when we watch other communities that many of us have not really been told to care about as they try to cross borders that have been made up political lines that have no real reason to be there. The borders aren't real. The borders aren't real. The climate impacts are. And if you have to migrate away from harm, you have a right to return. You have a right to return to your homelands. You have a right to be where you are supposed to be in your rightful place. And I just offer my peace and my love to the people of Palestine and the people of Sudan and the people who want to go back home. What is it going to take to build a world where we can live and rest and thrive in the places we love? What is it going to take for us to create something better than what we have? We think at Taproot Earth and in the Gulf South, we think the first step is that we must acknowledge and repair the impacts of extraction and racialized capitalism. Our very first step is to acknowledge and repair, and that is what we're asking you to do with us. It's time to just put it in your calendar right now, August 29th, 2025. That is Katrina 20, and we need you with us. We would like to invite you to the Gulf South, but we know there's a 50-50 shot of another hurricane. There's a 50-50 shot of another storm. So if you're not able to be with us physically, we ask that you use your socials or your church groups or your whatever to just sit and remember with us what happened so that we don't allow our communities to be erased and we don't forget what happened that day. The 20th commemoration will allow us to remember together, to begin the work of repairing, but we don't want you to just spread the sad stories of Katrina. We want you to join us as we reimagine a world, as we reimagine communities and what they can do and what they could be if we work together, if we got past all of our isms and schisms, if we figured it out. There is something more beautiful that we can do together. And it's time to recommit, everyone. It's time to recommit. It's important to read all of the books. It's important to tweet all of the tweets. It's important to talk all of the talks. And then we have to recommit to working together. We can do it. We can build it. We must do it. We must build it. The Katrina story is not a story about those people down in South Louisiana or in the Gulf South. This is a story about America, and this is a story about frontlines around the world. We would love for you to join us. Please put it in your calendar, August 29th, and if you can, check out katrina20.org. Sign up to stay up to date. If you're not going to be able to join us, we'll be sending out information of what our allies can do to stand with us. And now, just because I have 30 seconds left, I'm going to ask you to just say something with me because I need it, and you need it, and we need it. So can you repeat after me? You ready? You sure you're ready? Okay, now I'm black, so give it to me, okay? All right? I'm just telling y'all how this goes in my community. You got to give it to me like I give it to you. You ready? All right. It is our duty to fight for our freedom. It is our duty to win. We must love each other. We must support each other. We must protect each other. We have nothing to lose but our chains. We have nothing to lose but our chains. We have nothing to lose but our chains. It is our duty to fight for our freedom. It is our duty to win. We must love each other. We must support each other. We must protect each other. We have nothing to lose but our chains. We have nothing to lose but our chains. We have nothing to lose but our chains. Ashe, we'll see y'all, Katrina 20. Thank you very much.